Hello, social media land. Boom, it's Wednesday. Good morning. Well, good afternoon now. Feels like morning still. How'd your day start off? Mine started off pretty darn good. My heart's been a little tender, but I woke up this morning and I worked out, got my kids off to school, and I thought, you know what? This is the day where I need to intentionally decide that my day is going to be great. And that's what I'm deciding. I have some hard things to face today, hard conversations, but I'm going into that with a pure heart and a willingness to understand. So hopefully that'll make it better. So today is my day 225 of my 365 days of discovering me. And the reason I started doing this is I found myself getting distracted by unhealthy relationships, addictions, and really anything that kept me off course from digging into more of who I am and achieving my goals. And there's about a month here where I didn't do any videos, and being at day 225, thinking of, there's only a little over 100 more days left, how far I've come once I have put my attention on the things that have mattered most to me. It's pretty cool. So, day 225, I was thinking about habits and how they've affected my life. In particular, the habit of exercising and working out. And growing up, I was in sports all the time, basketball, volleyball, softball. I did track for a short time. But it was just a habit that whatever season was, that's the sport I was in. And so becoming an adult, it hasn't been necessarily a habit, even though I've had periods of time where I was into running and stuff like that. So as I really feel like I started to gain a lot of weight after I got divorced, which is understandable. You're going through a lot of changes. A lot of stress is happening. The body responds. I was getting older. My body was reacting different. So yeah, I gained 50 pounds. And I can't necessarily say that I was beating up on myself, but I didn't feel good. So I knew I needed to make a change. And that is where habits come into play. Habits control our lives. There's habits that help us and habits that hurt us. And our days are just clusters of habits, from the way we put our makeup on in the morning, brush our hair, our evening routine, our morning routine. All those are habits. And if they're sometimes in different order, that can make us feel funky. And so it's no wonder habits are hard to change, especially when they feel like they give us security. So I'm reminded of the book, The Power of Habits. If you have not read that book, you have to read that book. That book was a life changer for me in the way that he talks about habits. And there's the trigger, there's your action, and then there's the reward. The trigger, the action, and the reward. So we don't always determine our trigger. And we definitely know we run a reward. So it's the action in the middle is where we change a habit. So my trigger when I look in the morning is my tummy. My tummy. I have that mom tummy. I am fine with my stretch marks, but why in the heck will this thing not go away? And my trainer tells me it's because women have a harder time of losing the belly fat than men. Big surprise. He told me it's 6 to 8 weeks of consistency of eating and working out before I'll start to see that changing a lot. Great. Guess what? I'm on week 7, but I haven't been totally consistent that whole time. Working out, yes, but eating is where a lot of it's at too. So this week I'm starting to see teeny tiny changes. Do I see changes in my arms? Yeah, I got a serious bicep going on. My legs, my back, my shoulders, everywhere else I am seeing massive changes, but it's my belly. When I look in the mirror in the morning, that's my trigger. And the reward I want is to feel better. So the trigger is my tummy. The action that I've decided is At first, I started out with yoga. Now I'm doing weightlifting and some cardio. And I was going on hikes when it was warmer. For me, it's just deciding to have an active life. So it's working. My reward is to feel better. If I remember that, my trigger is my tummy. The action is working out consistently. My reward is feeling better. So even though my tummy is the big vision of what I really want to have shrink and go away, it's the daily action and focus on my habit that's going to create that change. And you know what? It's the process that I'm enjoying. I know one day, even if it takes a year or 2 years, that my tummy will be gone. But it's this process of developing the habit of working out and the daily reward of feeling good that's keeping me going. If all I was focusing on was the size of my tummy, I would have quit a long time ago. But I'm noticing the change in my shoulders, the change in my legs, the change in my back, the change in the way I feel. Like I've lost a chin. I have lost one of my chins. How good is that? Those little things are my rewards. Big vision, losing the tummy, but the everyday trigger of seeing my tummy, the action of working out, and the little rewards of feeling better and seeing my body change, that's what keeps me going. Okay, that's my day 125. Just do something small. It's not about the outcome. It's about developing the habit. So whatever it is you see when you look in the mirror in the morning that triggers you, remember, just do something small. If it's in the case of weight, just start moving for 20 minutes. Just walking, sit-ups. There's a bunch of free apps you can do. Just start moving. And your reward is you feel better. The reward isn't you lose your weight. The reward is you feel better. And that is the point. All right, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.